Okay, it's time. It's time for me to fix this, and I'm going to show you right now what I mean. When I turn on the water and I pull this knob, water spurts out everywhere. And I'll share the story with you of how someone tried to fix this because it's a good story. For that, the shower's getting less pressure, but I waited a really long time. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to go to the local hardware store, and I'm going to see if they have this piece made for this, and see if I have the same luck like I did when I fixed my toilet twice. Let's give it a go. Here we go. I forgot. I'm sitting in the shower. I got a little wet. But you see how that's squirting out? That's not supposed to do that. And when that does that, the shower loses pressure. And it's getting weaker. So stay tuned. Let me see if I can fix it. Now what I'm doing is, I'm learning because I've been doing my own plumbing. Pieces screw in together. They don't clip in together. So I'm twisting this off. Now, I've had this off before. I wasn't in the right state of mind to go for it. So I put it back on. And after a while, there you go. Now this piece, I'll tell you the story soon. All right, I took the piece with me. You see that mechanism inside? I bought the same one. This, I think, is original to that tub. So I'm going to give it a go. And children helped me. This kid was maybe 20. And he was asking me, why do you want to change this? What went wrong with it? He was very into learning his industry. There are two kids working at this hardware store, and they knew what they were talking about. And we discussed this for 10 minutes because the first couple they chose, they were really analyzing it, learning their industry. And between all three of us, they found one. I needed that kind of help. I needed to walk into a place with experienced or eager to learn experience. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this replaces it. It's so much lighter. This is solid. Years ago, they made things to last a long time. This building was built in, I believe, 1960. I remember thinking it was my age, 1968 or 69. Original. Half the weight. This. See that? That's when I pull it up, the mechanism wasn't working anymore. Things only last so long. I've tried to hold it, screw it. It's not doing anything different. There's a screw in here to tighten it when you put it over the pipe, the 1/2-inch pipe. That has the same thing. I twisted it a little bit because the screw was all the way in. It was preventing it. I have to get it on first and screw it on. Once it goes on, you start screwing, twisting. Let me see if I can get that on video with my phone because I need my 2 hands. But you see, nice and new. And it feels the same. Let's hope this works. All right. I needed to use this tool. I have a little toolbox. Whatever this is called, you can use either end, I guess. I use this end, and I made sure I opened the screw to open up the space more. I got the screw out of the way of this hole. I will tighten the screw after I screw this on. It screws on. I can feel it already. This is the right one. God, I hope so. I'm going to tell you a story after I'm done. And it's a good story. Oh, and by the way, pipes in the walls shouldn't move. My family member, licensed plumber, explained that to me. I know, I'm very well aware. It's an old building. Okay, let me, I guess that's it. I got it on, and I had to lay in the tub, which was hard to do. And I got underneath here, and I tightened the screw with this to make it snug. I'm going to gut out the silicone this week, or maybe even start it tomorrow and replace it with new. But I'm going to try it live, well, on video for the first time. And let's see if it works. God, I hope so. You know what? Let me put this down. You know, I guess I should hold this. I'm trying to do this with, oh, that's good. Oh, perfect. Let's see if it works. I'll point this way. It's in my hand. It's facing that way. Okay. The goal is when I pull this up, this is supposed to, the water's supposed to come out of here. Let's see if we can do it. I won't put it on full force. Here we go. Yeah! Yes! Look at that. No water spurting out. Oh, it worked. Oh, those kids were so smart. Holy cow, I'm so happy. I'm sorry I waited so long. Look at that. Oh, and then the spout went down. The knob. Oh, excellent. I look like a mess, but that's okay. I did a lot today. About a year ago, my family, they run a bathroom and kitchen business. He's a licensed plumber and an electrician. And he didn't have enough time to fix the spout, but he got, you see the pipe that was popping out? The pipe that I put the spout on? He prepped that for me because originally we bought the wrong spout. But you have to understand, he came from Jersey. He was here for 6 hours, and he fixed my bathroom sink properly. And he put a cheater pipe in the kitchen sink underneath. I'll show you what a cheater pipe is in a moment, because he didn't have enough time to analyze. He only could do so much with what he had here. He brought the tools he thought he needed to use. And shopping at another store in another area that you're not familiar with. And they had to leave. But he took care of the two important things underneath my sinks. They needed to be replaced. They were going. He grabbed the one underneath the bathroom sink and it just disintegrated in his hand. He came in the nick of time. No leaks, no damage. But he didn't have enough time to analyze this. So I waited about a year thinking, I can't do it. It got to a point, as you saw in the beginning of the video, I have to do it. I don't have a choice. I can't believe how easy that was. But what he did was, he took sandpaper and he sanded that pipe a little bit. And that's when he explained to me, this pipe should not move at all, Michelle. It should be solid. Maybe it should give a little bit, but this pipe moves a lot. This is an old building. Pipes behind walls and sticking out of walls should not move to that extent. It's too easy. So it took me a few moments to get that on, and I had to use both hands, and I had to hold the back of the pipe while I was twisting that on because the pipe was moving too much. And then I finally got the grip and the groove to start turning it. And then I used the screw, whatever this is, to tighten the bottom to make it snug. So that's what happened with that. Now let me explain the story to you. When he was here, he apologized. He just didn't have enough time to analyze the situation. And you see this. Originally, he bought the wrong one. The second time, he would have gotten it. We didn't buy one with all this mechanisms inside. So he's putting it on, he's doing it. And, you know, I mean, you have to analyze stuff. You got to figure it out. And this sucker, this spout, when he put the water on, we were both standing here. He thought it was hysterical. And it flew. It flew, boom, over there. Boom. And the first thing he did, he was standing in the tub. I saw his look. Did it chip the tub? Because this is original. And it didn't. And he laughed and laughed and laughed. He thought that was so funny. But I guess a plumber would find that very funny. And I was laughing, but he thought it was more funny. See, this he replaced, and he replaced it right. He had enough time. He had the right tools. Cut this down, made it fit. Custom fit. I did that in the back. Long story about that. I'll share that another time. That's a part of interfering in my journey to success. Now we're in here. This is a kitchen sink. That's a cheater pipe. You see that? It looks like an accordion. I think that's what that's called. He had to do that. He didn't have enough time, to analyze, sorry, the light's going in and out, to analyze the situation to make it look like it does in the bathroom, but he held me over. He also fixed those knobs back there, tweaked some stuff that needed to be tweaked, and we put towels around it just to make sure it don't leak. It never leaked. And when he came here, he replaced the faucet for me. And this faucet was old. It was the same one, but it was much lower. I feel like I got a new sink because the curve is higher. And he just upgraded it. And he changed the cord that goes up to the faucet. So he did a lot, in 5 hours. And he was here to visit, and he had to go home, It was time to go home. But he did the important things. He held me over with that. Now, I know this don't last as long as what he did in the bathroom, but I know I could buy a cheater pipe and put it on myself next time, no problem. He feels the main pipe. He said a few things about this building. Michelle, they were put on wrong. They were put on the wrong angle, the wrong way, backwards, whatever it was. That's not the way it should be done. So at least I know next time when this goes and starts leaking, I could do that. I could put a cheater pipe on. No problem.